Alright, welcome back to Walden's World. Today we are going to start disassembling this head, and we need to check all these valves, make sure they're good. We're going to put new valve seals in it too, as I asked my buddy to order some, and that way we know this is fresh. I did soak these with some rust remover, and then I used a small wire brush while it was in here, not to damage any of the lips that way. And just get off a lot of the surface rust. We'll go back and finish cleaning it up when we disassemble it. That way I don't hit any of the surfaces. It's a lot easier to clean while I was in here. Getting ready to take these off, and I noticed there is a crack right there. I'm not sure if that's just in the chrome or the actual cap. Before I get it all the way off, I want to make sure I get my socket loose enough to get it out. This has got a little sleeve on it, which a seal in there, I'm sure. Make sure you got plastic bags available. I heard it pop loose. There we go. There's a little bit of crack. Fits these rather well. Not that we needed a breaker bar, but it was convenient. These feel like they're put on with about 3 pounds of pressure. Maybe 4. Washers on it whatsoever. The seal's all wet too from something. Probably me. Caps and our nuts and bolts and stuff in our deal here. So the surface rust on this one, not too bad. A little bit on this one too. But we should be able to clean that off. That's been GoPro, stop it. Alright, as I don't have the right puller, I made some threads on this that are the correct threads that go into these cams, rocker, whatever, pivot thingamajiggers. Got a deep well socket, and it says these are in really tight to immerse this in hot water, so I got a heat gun and been heating this up evenly, and it is moving. Whatever you're using, make sure that it's long enough where it don't tear up your rocker arm pin. Well, there is a spring in there, so we'll have to figure out what the easiest way to get that in and out is. I think it's just going to pop off when I pull this out, if this even comes out this way. Little tensioner spring right there. Number 3. This is where you. Alright, there's another one. I think we're ready to give it a try. It's only one. It's coming out pretty smoothly. start getting our valves done. Something I like to use is a magnet. So as soon as my keepers come loose, got surface rust on it. Take this little Dremel. I'll take this stud out in the middle to get to these other valves here. So don't let me forget to put that in. Put something over my keepers so they don't go flying. And I'm going to smack it with a rubber mallet. See if she'll bust loose. Hopefully. Alright, I got me some valve grinding compound on my valve there, and I just use a rubber fuel line hooked to a little socket deal, and I can got some new valves in, intake valves, exhaust valves we'll be able to use. Got a whole new gasket set, got new gaskets, cleaned everything off. I blew this out. I used carb cleaner on it too, so everything should be pretty good. Oil in here, and I went ahead and did my seals. I'm going to do the intake first because they look like they might have been the hardest. If you remember when we had the old valves, we already hadn't spun those, so they should be fine to seat with our new valves. I blew them out real good and then went back with some cleaner. So we'll put a little bit of lube on there and run our valve up. You want to make sure that these go up nice and smooth and that they don't have a whole lot of side to side play. So that one feels really good. You want to make sure you always get your deal right in the middle of your valve because you don't want to bend your valve. If you actually didn't get it centered, you could bend one side. Alright, there's one. It's really strange how those are all the way up there like that. Lubrication on it. I've already lubed my seal inside of here and got it to sit all the way down. My seat's starting to fall off there, so I need to pay attention to that. Get our springs. And I put this in the freezer for a little bit and heated that up. On these, it's about to come through. Deal on these, little oiler cam that goes all the way through them. You got a flat angle, so whichever way these go, the oil comes out of here, I guess, or anyway, you got oil ports that go through there. So make sure, see if we can get the spring in there. That one pressed all the way in there. Put the gasket on there. We're gonna wait till we find the torque values and all this stuff before we crank it all the way down. But we'll get this in there. Valves in. So we've already seated these. They got a good edge on them. They're knocked off. Nice and shiny on both sides. And they're going to take valves. So, sticker and a little lube. We've already cleaned the guides or journals or whatever you want to call them out. One's on. GoPro stop recording. GoPro. So we got all our caps torqued down. Got this tightened up. We're gonna leave this hose on there. It's still malleable. So really this thing's basically done. Got all our valves in there. They look wonderful. And we're gonna wait for the cylinder shop and we'll go from there. Thought there was a scratch in that hair. All right, like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. The old Norton Commando.
Hit the notification button.
Huh? Do what?
Hit the thumbs up.
All right, thumbs up.